Tim, you have a rap for us, is that right?
Yes, but you made me write it.
I did no such thing.
Yes, you did.
I did no such
You
thing.
forced this upon me.
Well, here we go, Tim.
All right.
Okay, I'll let me start the beat here. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
My name is Tim, and I'm writing a rap. Wait, I already wrote a rap. I wrote it because Ian wouldn't give me my money back that I spent on a pizza. I wrote my rap about my hero. Her name is Molly. She sent us a picture of Bob Ross once and probably listened to the podcast. I don't know what else to say now. Ian, give me my money back. Pow!
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, alright.
Part of that was improv.
Yeah.
I did not hear like.
Alright.
It's true though. I do owe him money for a pizza.
Yes, alright. Play the music.
Oh, that's right. We're doing this.
That was the most perfect segue I've ever had.
I think so. Yeah.
Or that we've ever had.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everyone.
Welcome to the IT department.
Episode 4.
That's right.
Yes. And today do we have the most beautiful things ever. And we already did the maintenance department, didn't we?
Well, I suppose in also maintenance we can go into more detail about why there was a rap.
Yeah, last week we did watch Planet of the Apes after the podcast because we decided
Yes.
to watch it, and
Yeah.
we actually didn't pick a winner for best time travel movie, so that's it. And so
Yeah, we said we would and then we didn't. But yeah, after the recording of last week's podcast, we watched the original Planet of the Apes.
and we bought a pizza because I was starving, and
Yeah.
I used my money on it, and Ian and we said, okay, we'll split the bill.
Yeah, but I had no money.
And so Ian said, I'll split the bill if you write this rap that I made a joke about. Because I've been joking about how Molly's my hero, because Molly is the best. And
Yeah.
I made a joke about I'll write a rap about her, and then Ian took me seriously and made me write a rap.
So there's that. Yeah, I still owe him money, so now I have to fulfill my end of the deal and
Fulfill your
give
destiny.
him $8.
I think it was $8.
$8. Okay.
I think it was $17.50.
Yeah.
So we'll have to
Just so you're wondering what the price of our pizza was.
Yeah, it was a Domino's pizza,
It was-
bacon and pepperoni.
That's right.
Because Ian wouldn't want pineapple, because pineapple on pizza is the best.
I said I would eat pineapple.
No, you didn't.
Well, I don't mind pineapple. It's just I prefer other things instead of pineapple.
You maniac.
We're this is not a madhouse, Tim.
It is a madhouse.
Well, tell me, Tim, are you hot and eager to get to the R&D section?
Oh yes, I have some good stuff. All right.
Oh my, Charlton Heston.
All right. So we both had the same first thing.
That's right. It is the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer.
Now, for any of us who don't know you, and I assume the Canadian guy who watches us and that one Great Britain guy who subscribed to us don't know about us, but neither of us really like Jurassic World that much.
Not too much, no.
Jurassic Park's my favorite movie, but Jurassic World, I don't like it. I don't dislike it as much as Ian, I would think, because I've seen a lot worse movies.
No, I think sometimes I can be a little bit too harsh with it because I actually did enjoy the relatively the first half. It's not quite the first half, but like the beginning of the film, because it has that perfect amount of tension.
Yeah.
That you're familiar with from the original film. And then, when it started going into, the usual monster movie stuff and sort of ridiculous, action set pieces, that's when it really, for me, it's just like, But the beginning of it, I did like.
The Indominus Rex is not a dinosaur, it's a pseudosaur.
Yeah.
As I like to call it.
So.
I actually made up that name like 2 minutes ago.
Good job.
No, not 2 days ago. That's what I meant.
No, man. Keep it. Say 2 minutes ago.
2 minutes
prove
ago.
Prove your intelligence.
I'm smart.
But yeah.
Fallen Kingdom looks a lot better, actually.
Yeah.
There's no pseudosaurs so far.
And I did watch the trailer.
In sound.
Yes, with sound. Yesterday. So yeah, I think that should be good. And the director appears to be using more animatronics
Yeah, that's nice.
in this film, because that's another one of the things that I didn't like about Jurassic World was the lack of animatronics.
Hola, Sean.
Cameo from my brother.
Samuel, he might come back when we talked about Godzilla.
Random guest appearance.
Yeah, just random disappearance. Sean.
Yeah.
And the Beetle. Maybe the Beetle.
So, well, like, I'll say that hopefully he's using more
oh, yeah.
animatronics,
Well,
because those are...
It's not like
Yeah.
Jurassic World didn't have animatronics, it just didn't use them that much.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. They had animatronics, they just didn't use
They,
them,
like-
or they replaced them entirely with the CG counterpart.
They like, it's kind of like what the same situation with the Mummy. Like with Jurassic World, they would make animatronics. They would use it, but like use CGI around it so much you can't even recognize it.
Yeah.
In the new Mummy movie, you know how Tom Cruise does his own stunts.
Mhm.
There's like a scene where a plane crashes and he's actually doing a stunt
Yeah.
in that, but they CGI it so much it doesn't even look like he's in danger.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so there you go. It's just the Mummy of Jurassic Park movies.
there we go,
Actually,
yeah.
Probably not. There's no Brendan Fraser or Tom Cruise. All right.
But there is a volcano.
There's a volcano now, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad they're getting off of Isla Nublar. I kind of liked Isla Sorna, and then maybe just go on the mainland a bit more.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Thing about
The Raptors in Iran.
is that you're referencing, aren't you?
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio's character. What was Chris Bethlehem said? It's like, we got to rescue a bunch of dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Dying island. What could possibly go wrong?
And then they're like, oh, you raised Blue. Is it a she? I don't know.
She.
She's still alive. And I'm like, why would you care?
Let's go back.
It's the Velociraptor. You talked about how dangerous these animals are, and you don't want to bring them back, and you're like, save Blue. Who cares? They're dinosaurs. And then I agree with Ian Malcolm with the whole fact, they were here before us. Let's make sure we are here after them.
Yeah. Life finds a way.
Ian's the perfect Jeff Goldblum.
There it is.
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 There
Okay,
it is.
moving on.
All right. Do you want to go first? I only have 4 things. You have
The
more
next
today.
thing I have for R&D is Matt Reeves will be recasting, I believe, for his Batman movie. Ben Affleck will probably not be returning as Batman for this film.
I hope he just leaves
Yeah.
forever.
Matt Reeves is the director of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes. I think he did Super 8.
I haven't seen the movie.
I think that was him. But he's doing a Batman film, like a Batman solo film, and he will be probably recasting.
Is it
for,
young Batman?
For Batman.
Is it supposed to be young Batman?
I don't know I don't think.
I just hope with
Yeah.
the failure of Justice League, DC just rethinks the whole universe and just reboots it or tries to do a Terminator. They like reboot it each time and each time it fails.
Every few years, continually.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
try it this time. Oh, it didn't work. Let's
Yeah.
just try it in 3 years.
So yeah, there's just that small bit of news there for that.
All right. So I'll go on to my next thing, and that's the Disney Fox deal, which we kind of have a little bit about as well. You have a little bit about it as well, but
Yeah, mine's just like a little tidbit though. So go ahead.
well, yeah, they are closing fast. The deal came back on earlier this week, or like late last week, and they said they were speeding through it, and
Yeah, I heard about the
And-
speed in which they're doing it.
then they closed, and they're expected to announce what they bought next week. And it's
Okay.
not like because they stopped talking about buying everything,
Mm-hmm.
and now they might only be buying a few things. So
All right.
maybe your next thing will not be happening at all.
Well, the thing I had about the Disney Fox deal was like Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, joked about the Disney Fox deal, saying he would want a Fantastic Four Captain America crossover, so he could play both Captain America and Human Torch.
I don't need Chris Evans Human Torch. That was garbage.
That's why he was joking about it, because I would actually wouldn't mind seeing that just for the sake of seeing Chris Evans play 2 different characters in the same movie.
The one who's like super hot and eager to help everyone, and then the other one who is just a symbol of America and bearded man now.
Bearded man now, and get this man a shield.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. So that's just a little thing I had.
All right. So as I was talking about how this on your thing might not happen. This, depending on what they buy. Your next thing on your R&D.
Dark Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah.
X-Men Dark Phoenix. Well, they recently came out with a lot of, can't remember for which magazine, but like different promotional imagery. Sophie Turner, I believe her name is, the actress who plays Dark Phoenix, is, you know, like she's on the cover doing the Dark Phoenix.
Is it the same girl that did Jean Grey? Or is that her
Yeah,
name?
it's the same girl.
Okay.
Yeah, the Jean Grey's in Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence is also returning.
Ooh, as Mystique?
As Mystique, even though she said she was done with that character.
Ooh wee.
But here's the connection why. Well, she said that the filmmaking process, like the shooting schedule in this one, like everything was organized and like not so crazy as it usually was. So it was more easy to work, I guess, or something. But also, Bryan Singer is not involved.
Oh, it says he left.
Yes,
As it says right there.
That's something else I have. Bryan Singer is no longer at Fox. He took his company, which is Bad Hat Harry, and he left Fox
Rip.
after, because I think he was like causing problems on the set of Apocalypse or something, and it wouldn't be the first time. Because here's the funny thing, because maybe Bryan Singer knows when a movie that he's making is not going to be good. Because when he was on set on Apocalypse, he was creating lots of problems.
Oh.
But then again, he did not show up on set very often for Apocalypse. So he's the director, and he didn't even show up a lot of times. But he also didn't show up a lot of the time for Superman Returns. So maybe he just knows that it's a bad movie, so he doesn't want to be there. I don't know. But
That did happen.
Yeah, Bryan Singer's no longer at Fox, so no more X-Men helmed movies from him.
Right.
Take that as you will.
All right, and so I have a nice piece of news for you that I want your opinion on. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to quiz you.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to quiz you until you get the answer right. Do you know who Tommy Wiseau is?
The name is very familiar.
All right, he'll be in part of his life is being portrayed in a new movie that's coming out. It came out like 2 days ago, actually. He was a director. He made his own movie.
That's right.
He was the director, writer, and star.
Oh no! I'm familiar now. Oh, that's right. He has to be in a Star Wars film, didn't he?
He didn't just ask to be in a Star Wars film. He asked to help make a Star Wars film.
Woo.
And then today, as a joke, the Star Wars Twitter, I made a joke. It was like early last night, actually. They had Mark Hamill on the set of Last Jedi, and it said, "Oh hi Mark," hashtag Last Jedi. Then Tommy Wiseau. If you don't know who that is, he's the guy who made The Room, one of the worst films ever. And then now they're making a movie about it with James Franco, which I would see, except it's rated R. And I don't watch those movies. And plus, even if I did, I'd probably watch it anyway, because it has like the full extent of Tommy's dream, because they show the movie making process of The Room.
Yeah.
And The Room, there's like full frontal nudity, so like no.
Ooh.
And so they kept that in The Disaster Artist.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh no. But anyway, hey Mark.
Oh, hey Mark. And then he responded on Twitter, saying in his weird way, because he's Tommy Wiseau and can't talk normally. He said, "Oh hi Mark, yes, put me in that Star Wars film. Hashtag The Room, I think."
Oh dear.
He's a very interesting person.
Surely.
Yeah, he asked to. So right now he said, "Put me in that Star Wars movie." He also said, "Let me direct a Star Wars movie."
Ooh.
Which would you prefer? Because if he directs, he's going to direct, write, and star, probably.
Disgusting.
He did have his own TV show as well on Hulu.
And how was that?
He also directed and starred in this.
Ooh, no, that's... Moving on.
Moving on,
Yeah.
I guess.
Is that all you have for R&D?
I have uno mas then.
Okay, yeah, I'll just go to my last thing here. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, various news.
It won.
Notably that it won Game of the Year
And
at the Game Awards.
2 other awards. And like best software game or something, and then best, I don't know if it's action adventure.
Okay, yeah.
And
And of course, the overall award.
Yeah. And they beat out PUBG, thankfully. They also beat out Mario Odyssey. Which
How close was PUBG to winning?
Probably, I hope not at all.
Yeah.
And then they also beat out Mario Odyssey, which also should have been Game of the Year, very much so. Then who else was in the running?
I didn't follow it that closely. but
There's a computer in front of you.
well, yeah, but I didn't want to like detract too much from the.
It's fine.
Here we go.
We're only 15 minutes in. Who was
Game
nominated?
Awards 2017. What do we got? Most awards. Cuphead
So
got 3 awards. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice got 3 awards, and Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild got 3 awards.
and Legend of Zelda was
yeah.
nominated 6 times.
Yeah.
It said.
Destiny 2 was nominated 6 times.
Hopefully it won nothing.
Horizon Zero Dawn was nominated
So
6
was
times.
Mario Odyssey was also
Yes.
nominated 6 times.
Game of the Year, Breath of the Wild. Let's see.
Who was
So we
nominated
got-
for Game of the Year?
Uh,
Game of the Year.
Nominations for Game of the Year: Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, PUBG, and Super Mario Odyssey.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Award for Best Ongoing Game went to Overwatch. Yeah,
Wasn't
I
that
guess,
the-
yeah.
Was that released last year?
Yeah, I guess, but I guess because it's an ongoing game. Because Grand Theft Auto Online is not last year, and Rainbow Six Siege was released in 2015.
Oh yeah.
So, and Warframe is a couple of years older too.
Best handheld game, Metroid.
Yeah, there it is. Breath of the Wild again for Best Action Adventure.
It also won Best Direction up there. Best strategy game, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It beat out Halo Wars 2, Total War Warhammer 2, Tooth and Tail, and XCOM 2.
Okay.
Best multiplayer PUBG.
Okay, so PUBG did win Best Multiplayer.
beating out Call of Duty, which I guess that's alright.
Yeah.
Destiny, which this is alright. Fortnite, I know nothing about.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Splatoon 2. Okay. Now the best debut indie game, Cuphead.
Yeah.
Got that award.
The
so
best-
That's good.
Family game was Mario Odyssey, beating out games that were all like. Go down to it. Let me see. We're on Wikipedia right now. It's fine.
Yeah, we're reading.
Best family game is Mario Odyssey. Beat out Mario Kart 8, Mario plus Rabbids, Splatoon 2, and Sonic Mania.
Okay.
Which 4 out of the 5 of those were made by Nintendo.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I'd say the best action game was Wolfenstein 2.
Huh.
I've pretty
I'm
good
fine
things
with that,
about yeah. Best handheld game goes to Metroid.
Best independent game goes to Cuphead.
Cuphead, yep.
Best,
Games for Impact goes to Hellblade.
best audio
And
design.
audio design, nice. Cuphead gets best art direction.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, nice.
Best game direction, which I don't know what that means.
I guess that is a good question.
All right.
Best score in music goes to Nier Automata. Okay.
Is that like the
I'm
car racing
I'm
game?
unfamiliar with that.
Click it. We're on Wikipedia. It's fine.
Yeah. No, it is not.
I don't know what that is.
I don't, yeah.
If any of you know what that is, tell us so we can talk about it next week.
Okay.
Destiny 2. Yeah, no, thank you. Why are we looking at this?
No, because I just wanted to. Oh. Okay, there we go. That answers that question. Never mind. I was just wondering because one of the main composers, Martin O'Donnell, left Bungie after the first Destiny came out. And there was this big, lawsuit ensuing with Bungie and Activision and all that, and he won all the stuff. But he no longer works at Bungie, so I was just wondering who took over for the music.
All right. So that answers.
Anyway, yeah, Game Awards 2017.
And also, there's a new DLC for Breath of the Wild,
That's right.
which makes him Samurai Jack.
Say the intro, Tim.
Okay, I'll save the link version though.
Okay,
See?
go.
100 years have passed, yet I do not age. Time has lost its meaning on me, yet the suffering continues. The Ganon's grasp chokes the past, present, and future. Hope is lost. Gotta get back to the past. Link. You seen the new Samurai Jack season? He had a motorcycle and a big old beard, and he was like wearing giant armor. And
Does Link have a beard now?
I think you can like get a. I don't know. I haven't played the game.
Can one unlock a beard for Link?
Well, there's a bunch of costumes. Hopefully,
Yeah.
there's a beard costume. There's one costume where you have to go into a village run by completely women, and you have to wear like a Arabian.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, either that or you can like wear like just some random disguise. Bearded Link.
Bearded Link.
But the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Is this the thing? I don't think
Does
it's
not look it.
Shoot.
Oh well.
But now, but do you know how you fuel your motorcycle? You put your food into it.
Oh.
Like it'll say,
okay,
it'll say the motor something's out of fuel. Then you'll get off it. The seat will open up, and you just throw your unused food into it, and then it'll fuel up.
Nice.
Yeah, because as my friend James says, he has a ton of unused food in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like because you have this whole tab filled with food because it's a survival game, which I like quite a bit.
Yeah.
And so you can throw all your unused food you don't want to eat because each food heals a certain amount of hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have like these mushrooms only heal one heart, you throw it into there, and it'll work. Because you don't want to, because you can like combine food or something.
Yeah.
And like during the E3 thing, some guy got like exclusive access to play the game for a couple of hours. With some random YouTuber, he's like, "All right, so here's how some of this works. You put your food into a pan, and it'll make this. But if you throw this random food into a pan, it won't work." And he puts the random food into the pan, saying, "It'll just make this random dish that only gives you one heart." That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Then he made it, and it was a thing that gave him back 10 hearts. And he didn't even make it.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, well done.
Is it faster than the horse?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would assume so. There's also a giant horse.
Oh.
It's like supposed to be Ganon's horse. It's a giant horse.
Okay, gotcha.
It's like double your size or something. I don't know.
All right.
All right. So my last thing is there's the Detective Pikachu movie.
With Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is now playing Pikachu, but that was not their first decision. They had 4 major league actors up to voice him. Number one of them is not Danny DeVito. I only remember 3 of them though, because those are the only ones I really cared about.
Yeah.
You have Ryan Reynolds, who won, which I'm honestly disappointed with the other 2 choices. Then we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Ooh. Why?
And Hugh Jackman.
Oh,
I would have preferred either of the other 2. I mean, I would have also preferred Danny DeVito, but you know.
What an interesting thing there.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu, the trailer came out in 2016, and they were making a game off of it, and then they said, oh, we're also making a movie, and it's supposed to come out next year. And also, we also know who like the director is. I don't remember who it is, but we also know the person who's writing the story. It's Alex Hirsch, the guy who created Gravity Falls.
Okay.
So
Okay.
a lot of people are expecting it to be good. I'm like, you won't see it. And also, because the Pikachu talks, people are like, whoa, this is going to be different. But this is not the first time a Pikachu has talked in any Pokemon media.
Really?
And they kind of rebooted the Pokemon universe again with Ash and Pikachu. In the new movie, I Choose You, Pikachu talks.
Oh.
And I can only describe to you how horrid the voice is.
I was going to ask how that movie was received.
Like, we watched a video of someone videotaping the thing on their phone in the movie theater, and once Pikachu starts to talk, he has this super, super high feminine voice.
Ooh, oh dear.
It's garbage, and everyone in the theater just like starts laughing at how horrible it is. And it's like Ash falls down. It's like, Pikachu, why don't you don your Pokemon? And he's like, because I love you.
Oh gosh.
And it's horrid.
Oh dear.
Okay, let's stop talking about that.
We're done in the R&D for now.
So now it's time for mandatory meeting. Ow.
Yeah. That's right. And Tim, what are we talking about today?
You chose the topic, and I put it down as the Monsterverse. See, I used it.
Yes, you used the mun.
The Monsterverse.
Yeah. We're talking about the MCU, everybody.
Monster Cinematic Universe.
The Monster Cinematic Universe. So, which is the reason for our intro music / sound this episode.
Yes.
The
And also,
2014 Godzilla roar.
and also why I said Sean would probably make a guest appearance because
Yes, because my brother is a very big Godzilla fan. Like, and not just the new stuff, but
the old stuff.
he has the full collection of all the original Toho films as well, and figures. So yeah, he's very dedicated.
All right, so mandatory meeting.
That's right.
Yes.
Where do we start?
I don't know. The first movie.
Yeah, we're just gonna start with the 2014 Godzilla,
Which I liked quite a bit.
Oh yes,
I didn't see the flaws in it, but it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Better than 1988.
better than the Roland Emmerich.
He's the worm guy.
Yeah,
We actually did that in our first episode, didn't we? Talked about that.
I think we did actually.
It's the worm guy.
Well, the thing is that if that Godzilla movie in 1998 was not Godzilla, if it was like a different monster movie, I think it would have been fine, as monster movies go. But because they were just like, hey, this is Godzilla, it's just like, no, that's not Godzilla. You stop that.
It's rated iguana from
Yeah.
the Philippines or something.
Good for it.
Good for it.
Yeah, it's not Godzilla.
It can eat fish.
It can eat fish.
It can eat fish and do other things.
You know what? I saw a funny
fish.
comment the other day on like one video that the 1998 Godzilla is actually a really good movie if you watch it backwards.
Oh yeah, because it's basically the U.S. government starts blowing up New York.
That's
and
right.
A giant lizard just rebuilds the city.
And then the final shot is him moonwalking backwards into the ocean.
Oh, yeah. I want to see Godzilla moonwalk backwards in the ocean.
Oh dear.
Woohoo! Just
Anyway,
start
there you
doing-
go. That's how to fix the 1998 Godzilla.
all right.
But moving on to the better 2014 version.
Yes. I honestly would have liked if the old guy who dies,
Bryan
would,
Cranston's character?
yeah, would not die and just stay there, and his son would just not stop being there.
You know, I had thought about this, and when it came down to it, as much as I would love to have seen Bryan Cranston's character, the dad, throughout the film, I feel like this was something that the writers wanted to do, but they got to a certain point where if they kept him in the story, then it would kind of feel forced. That they were just like, yeah, it's like he's a really good actor and he's got a really good character here, but if they keep him throughout the movie, then it kind of feels forced and out of place, like for the sake of his character being there. And
But yeah, because he was just there when the thing had collapsed.
Yeah.
The nuclear reactor. His
yeah,
son was actually in the army, so that's
Yeah.
why his son was there.
because I could see some more interaction between Ken Watanabe's character
Let them fight.
and that's right, and Bryan Cranston's character, a little more interaction between the two, but it just wouldn't seem that fitting to me. Exactly, it would feel forced and just a little out of place. So when I actually thought about it, I was just like, yeah. As much as I love that character and as much as I love Bryan Cranston as an actor and his performance that he gave,
Just won't work.
yeah, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work that well. So
Yeah.
his
He didn't-
character falling out and
Because he may have known some stuff, but he didn't know like that Gojira existed.
yeah.
Because he says it really well in that movie. I can't really because he says like good mixture of Godzilla and Gojira.
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 That's the one.
Yeah, that's
there you go. But yeah, there was just that thing there, and well, what I liked as well to that the start of this new universe was to of course have the classic Goji, Mr. Gojira himself, but also introduce these new creatures to not quite start off with something that you're very familiar with.
Yeah.
To create these new Muto.
See how it would
type
work if they
creatures.
just kind of.
Yeah.
It's more of like Godzilla, and all these monsters, but we want to see what if we change
Yeah.
something. But so like with King Kong being huge in Kong's Island, they
Yeah.
they were just trying to see in that movie like how would audience respond if we just made our own monsters or changed new monsters
Yeah.
or old monsters. And so audience, I think most people like the Mutos. Mutos were pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked them, and I think it was an interesting take because, of course, then now that we're getting all these movies, there's the post credit scene in Kong Skull Island detailing that, of course, setting up for Godzilla King of Monsters, where he's
Yeah.
going to fight, there's
King
going to
Ghidorah.
be there's Rodan, King Ghidorah, and
I think the movie summary
Mothra.
says, as Godzilla reigns as king of monsters, some try to challenge him, including Rodan, Mothra, and King Ghidorah.
well, what I've also heard is that he's going to work with Rodan and Mothra to
Oh, Mothra!
fight King Ghidorah.
Mothra is not a bad monster. Mothra is a good monster who watches over the kids that live in the thing, the two people.
that
And
live
then-
in the thing.
and then Rodan lives on Monster Island, I believe, with his
Yeah.
wife, and then they think they get blown up by a volcano.
No
They
fun.
they make a nest inside a volcano that erupts, and they just die.
Original Toho movie references.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. Godzilla's going to team up with Rodan and Mothra
I think it'd be-
to fight King Ghidorah.
I think it'd be nice if he teams up with Mothra more, because Mothra is like Because Godzilla doesn't seem like a guy who wants to kill humans, while King Ghidorah, obviously, this is my planet now, I'm from space. Because I can understand if they're like, okay, being from space is a bit weird, let's just make it come from somewhere else. I can understand that, but like have it be like a monster that just doesn't care about like humans. Like Godzilla doesn't care about humans, but he's not going like out of his way to kill them.
He's not deliberately. Yeah.
King Ghidorah is just going to go like straight up, fly right to inland to Chicago. He's not going to like go to New York. He's going to go to Chicago just to screw over people because like, oh, we're safe. We're not on the coast where Godzilla lives. And then he's just going to fly to Chicago, knock down the Sears Tower, and then just burn all the streets, and fly to New York, and then do that as well.
But you made a good point about Godzilla. Like, he doesn't really care all that much for humans, but at the same time, he's not like seeking to destroy. He's just keeping balance on his planet.
Yeah, he's just like, this is my planet. I'm big. You're tiny. This is mine.
The reason he came back in the first place is because two Mutos are messing around, and he's just like, no.
Two Mutos are messing around. He's just got to keep like punching him.
And if you like remember the scene in San Francisco, like when he's swimming.
Yeah.
He doesn't deliberately destroy any ships. He just like swims underneath them.
Yeah, and the ships just kind of like.
Yeah, they just kind of like fart a little bit, and
he doesn't deliberately mean to destroy the Golden Gate Bridge. He just
no, it's because humans shot him.
He's like, oh, I'm getting shot at. Oh, let me out of my way.
Yeah, it's like he wasn't going to end.
Yeah.
He kind of protected, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because like.
And then like, everyone cheered
the destroyers like fired off or towards the bridge, and then Godzilla stands up and like takes the brunt of the fire.
Yeah.
So he actually kind of accidentally
protected and then
inadvertently protected a lot of people.
And then dropped them all in the water.
That's right.
Yeah. And so Mutos are cool. All right.
Yeah, because what I like what they did there is it's described as like a parasite.
Oh yeah.
Type creature. It wasn't exactly. The most fully evolved creature, like it needs certain things in order to survive.
You know, one of my favorite things about the Godzilla movie, though, is talking about this like 2 weeks ago with James. Because I talked with James a lot for some reason.
Do you not want to talk to James?
No.
Oh no!
Sorry,
oh
James.
Dear.
So we were talking at lunch, I think, or probably in 7th hour, because that's when I talked to him the most. And I was talking about how in the Godzilla movie, I'm happy. They don't just go for like New York or Tokyo, which has always been like Godzilla's like domain a bit.
Yeah, it's like this is the target. Yeah,
like San Francisco, they have one random Japanese city, then Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, yeah.
Because I love that scene in Las Vegas where you just hear the Viva Las Vegas and like the building that's.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that's a reference to Godzilla Eats Las Vegas, which it's not a movie, it's like this ridiculous piece that's written for band. It's just like this really funny thing that like one composer just wrote for the heck of it. But I'm wondering if that was at all a reference. But there's just a little music side of me.
Right, you know who I want to come back sometime soon in the Monsterverse? Gaiden. Do you know who Gaiden is?
I do know who Gaiden is, but maybe not though.
I like Gaiden. He's my favorite.
I know he is.
So with Gaiden,
you have told me this.
For those who don't know who Gaiden is, he's basically a Cyclops that shoots lasers out of his face, and can teleport, and he has swords for arms, and he has wings.
Yes.
Also, he's an alien, so he's pretty cool.
Yeah. So,
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Like with Godzilla, how they made him like super hyper realistic. You just take the crazy part of it. Jace's favorite Godzilla monster is not a monster. It's the guy who can grow in size to turn into a giant warrior.
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Oh, shoot.
Jace looked him up one day and said, "This is my favorite guy from the Godzilla." It's just the one random Power Ranger guy that can turn giant.
I know. I'm trying to remember the name. Oh gosh.
Should we get Sean?
No, we got this. I got this. Here we go.
Okay.
Godzilla tail slide. Oh.
Sean said something.
I can't remember. What was that?
What was that, Sean?
Godzilla versus Megalon.
No, the guy he's working with. Jet Jaguar,
Thanks to Sean for being the knowledge.
We found it. Yes. That's
So-
that's Jace's favorite.
Jet Jed.
Yeah.
Why is his name Jet Jed?
Well, you know what? When you have
What I own.
listen, Tim, when you can do this,
If you
ain't
guys-
nothing gonna stop you.
If you don't know what Ian looked up, he looked up the tail slide where Godzilla gets on his tail and then just slides
And
into run into
slides,
people.
you know, the best move ever.
Best move ever. I'll
Yeah.
I'll like it on the YouTube channel so people can see it. Oh
Yeah,
goodness!
that'll be fun.
All right.
But yeah, our lineup, I mean, so far, just within this Monsterverse, has just been Godzilla and then Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of Monsters, and then it'll be Godzilla versus King Kong.
Which we said we'll have a definitive winner. It has to be Godzilla.
Yes, I want it to be Godzilla.
Yes.
Because the Toho did, I believe it was Toho did a Godzilla versus King Kong film.
In the
Yeah.
60s.
And King Kong won in that.
In the
in
American.
In the
the
American
Japanese version.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Which makes sense.
Because they want to be like, this is a symbol of friendship, and then just meshed it all.
All the little cogs
meshed together. All right.
So with that, because like you would describe this to me, how like they're not gonna go for the, they're in the fight and then they fall over at the same time and then like shake hands and be like, good game, and
then they
yeah.
like walk into the sunset the last little bit, and they're just like arms around each other, and they're both like
it's
joking about how.
it's like good fight, man. We've restored balance to this planet.
And then they're just like arms around each other. And one's like, "Oh, I would have won." The other one's like, "No, I would have won." No, like one's gonna like legitimately be on the ground, while the other one's on top of them.
Yeah, there will be a definitive winner this time.
Godzilla.
Godzilla. But we shouldn't. We don't want to like create an illusion, because I guess I can't talk too much about Kong Skull Island because you haven't.
Yeah, I haven't
You haven't seen that film. You have seen the post-credit scene.
Yes, just that
you
was
did
on YouTube, so
Yeah, so yeah, you did see the setup for Godzilla King of Monsters.
Yeah.
And one of the thing I was going to say about that is because with the Mutos, with why I liked their originality, they like these new monsters that were being brought in here. The reason for Godzilla coming out of his hibernation, I guess you could say.
Yeah, probably.
Because with that post-credit scene, that not only teases and reintroduces rather these characters, the your classic monsters.
Yeah.
But illustrates that they've appeared before.
Yeah.
They've fought before. In the past, in like ancient histories.
Oh, I don't know if it was Godzilla who fought them. Maybe it was his parents, because it's like in the first movie, it's probably like this one's like bigger than Godzilla, the one underground. So maybe Godzilla's grown a little bit since 2016.
A little bit.
And then Khan's obviously grown from 1960.
Yeah, he's still be growing.
Yeah, he'll be. I think they said Godzilla versus Khan. He'll like be all scarred up and be bitter. And
because
they played by the guy who did Koba again, probably.
What's his name?
Khan was played by Koba, wasn't he? The guy who,
No, actually. Well, here's the thing. Because I watched some special features for Kong Skull Island to see, the creation of Kong itself in that film. Visual effects by ILM, good job. But most of it was keyframing animation by hand, because they did some motion capture. Because Toby Kebbell was in the movie as a different character.
Oh,
he was like this. He was one of.
He was that giant ox.
He was one of Sam Jackson's helicopter pilots.
Oh, that died.
So, but because he was involved with the film, they brought him in to do some motion capture stuff. But also, and I don't know his name, but he was also heavily involved with the Planet of the Apes films.
Oh yeah,
the Andy Serkis wants to do the motion capture. No.
Wasn't he Koba? I believed he was Koba.
In Rise, he was.
Oh.
But he also played lots of different apes.
I thought it was Koba and Don. Sorry.
No, that was Toby Kebbell.
I thought Toby Kebbell was Khan. Was he not?
No, he wasn't.
Shoot, where's my information?
Here, let me finish this. They used both of them. They used Toby Kebbell for some stuff, and also this other guy who worked heavily for like sort of the ape supervisor, I guess you could call it, who like instructed all the actors in how to move like apes and how to act like apes. Including Toby Kebbell and Andy Serkis on the Planet of the Apes film.
Oh yeah, that guy. He played. Shoot, who did he play? Ludo.
Rocket.
Oh yeah, he played Rocket.
Yeah, he personally plays Rocket most of the time, but he also does other.
Yeah, I remember
stuff.
watching that with you.
He was Andy Serkis's stunt double for like the bridge sequence in Rise.
Yeah, I remember we saw that. We watched the special features for War.
So yeah, that character. So they brought him in as well to do some sort of animation stuff for Kong, but not very much.
Oh.
Like most of it was keyframe animation because Kong is not the most it's not he's not ape. He's like this hybrid of human and ape because he never moves on all fours in Kong Skull Island. And neither did the very original King Kong.
Yeah, he did.
If you remember that, like back in the 1930s.
Peter Jackson's did though.
He wasn't. Yes, those are much more traditionally
Ape.
traditionally modern remake
Yeah.
of that original 1930s film. But this Kong Skull Island took the original Kong
Yeah.
from the 1930s film who doesn't move on all fours and is sort of like this evolutionary hybrid
Yeah.
because he's not pure ape. So a lot of it was keyframe animation.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to do quite motion capture because it would have been too ape-like. Because like even ILM's original designs, like for like concept art, was really just giant gorilla, like moving on all fours. And the director of Kong Skull Island was like, no, this is not what we're going for here. Like, it's just like go back to the original. It's this evolutionary hybrid kind of thing.
Yeah.
So and he's of course much bigger. He's like 100 feet in Kong Skull Island, and Godzilla in the Legendary is 300 feet. So obviously, Godzilla has to grow, and it was well established that he's still growing.
Yeah.
So there's no room for error in that point.
And so, are there any dinosaurs in Kong Skull Island?
Oh no. No, there was not any dinosaurs. Yeah. Though, okay. Next time, you'll just have to watch the film, my man.
Yeah.
But I do like the monsters that they created for the film. I think are pretty good. They have a giant squid. So as therefore there's something a little more traditional, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Traditional monsters.
Yeah. They have a giant spider.
I like spiders. No, I don't.
I don't.
I'm not crazy. I don't like spiders.
They have. Oh, what was the other one?
They have a giant ox. I know about
that. Was the one. Yeah, the also giant ox. A few different kinds of birds. It's sort of and I guess sort of they're like sort of like pteranodon type creatures like
rodent.
Sort of, yeah. I apologize. I'm not a paleontologist. I'm not the most.
But pterodactyl.
I'm not informed on exact types of
the whole
dinosaurs.
Type of flying reptiles, besides like the lizards we have today, at that time were called pterodons.
Mm-hmm.
You have pterodactyls. You have like quasartotlotls. You have well,
you see, you already know more than me on
Yeah.
that thing. So this is why Tim's on the podcast.
You see,
for dinosaur information.
A dinosaur.
Yeah.
You see, so did it have like a crest going back from its head?
No, it was just like a beak.
Just a beak. Did it have like
front.
teeth coming out its beak?
Yes, it did.
Did it have a long tail?
No, it was not a Microraptor.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Like certain pterosaurs, like early pterosaurs in like the Triassic era, had and like really Jurassic era had a tail.
Yeah.
They slowly de-evolved the tail. The tail turned into a nub. But like,
Yeah, it was more like a nub.
it was more like a nub.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not accurate then. Because it had like a, they have like a round.
Oh, okay.
They have like a weird round beak with teeth coming out, like weird, like really thin teeth.
I don't know, man.
Because that
Yeah.
could be Dimorphodon.
I think it was similar to something like that.
Because Dimorphodon was actually in Jurassic World.
Yeah, it was like that, sort of.
Sort of.
But because it's not a perfect transition because
Okay.
they're trying because it's on this island.
Yeah.
It's sort of isolated island, so
Okay.
the evolutionary food chain is
All right.
changed a little bit. But there's another creature, and then there's one last creature, which is like, which I won't tell you about
Oh shoot.
because you'll have to watch the movie.
Oh shoot.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh shoot. All right.
And of course, Kong.
All right. So
But-
here's my question.
Yeah.
When do you think we'll have a Mechagodzilla appearance?
Mechagodzilla.
Or do you think he'll ever make an appearance?
My guess would be no. But because like they've only planned as far as Godzilla versus King Kong for
This is a
this
short cinematic universe.
Monsterverse, and I'm not sure if that'll be the conclusion or if they're going to do more after that.
I hope they do. There's not much to do with Kong though, so
Yeah, because they did.
there's rumors of a movie called Kong is King.
Is that like from Legendary?
I don't know. It's just like people are like there's like some weird inside stuff about hey, there's a movie going to come out called Kong is King, which, I don't know.
Yeah, because like I don't know, maybe they could do like one Kong movie like in between King of Monsters and versus Godzilla.
They could.
But I don't think they will because they didn't plan for it and they're like both of those.
It takes them like
movies,
3 years to make a movie. So
but both of those, because I think they got to do all that animation and
Yeah.
all the visual effects
It's
on
worth
that.
it.
It's a lot of work to do that kind of stuff.
It's worth it.
Because they go like even with the special features on Kong Skull Island, the amount of like hours, days, weeks, and months and years, like I think like
Yeah.
a full year, people were spending to get Kong's hair to
Yeah.
look realistic and to move realistically. Like it's like what happens if he's in water? What does this do? And like there's one point where Kong's fur is like burned because like he went through fire.
Ouch.
So like the this type of ash
Yeah.
fizz looking hair. It's like they did all this thing and there's all this stuff they have to do with the eyes and the face.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah. Any other questions with that?
Yeah. I'm kind of.
Or was it just the Mecha G?
Yeah, that's all I
Because
really
like
had.
I wouldn't mind seeing it if they do it right.
Yeah. Have a person in the suit.
Yeah. Before
Pacific Rim. Just
Before Pacific Rim, robots fighting kaijus, the original was, of course, Mecha G versus Godzilla in the original Toho films.
and Mechagodzilla isn't just like Pacific Rim where it's I hear music.
I think that's lovely background music.
That's pretty good with that. All right.
I'm gonna go investigate that.
Is that your father? Your father's over there, isn't he?
No, no.
Isn't that your father?
It stopped.
All right. I didn't really mind it. It was just there.
No, it was nice, peaceful music. It was.
Just whoever's playing starts playing even louder.
But what were you saying?
I was saying, like I was just explaining how Mechagodzilla isn't like the forget their name, the Pacific Rim robots.
Oh, Jaegers?
Jaegers, yeah,
Yeah.
Jaegers. I almost said Jaegers.
Ooh, you gotta know your German, Tim.
Yeah, the Jaegers are like humanoid, and Mechagodzilla is pretty much just Godzilla but metal.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping they don't do it Pacific Rim style where there's someone driving it. I hope it's just a giant robot Godzilla.
Well, they do have pilots, sort of, for Mecha G.
Giant robot.
With that, I guess we could get back to the original Godzilla film because like we started with that and then went on to talk about other things, which is fine because we're talking about the Monsterverse.
The Monsterverse.
Monsterverse as a whole. We're talking
Yeah.
about the MCU.
Yeah.
That what else in the 2014 did I like?
I don't know.
But just that, what was that like original like opening sequence, and also mentioned later, like when they have it on the projector, the explanation that the nuclear tests done in the 50s in the Pacific were not tests because they were trying to kill Godzilla, which obviously did not work because those creatures thrive on
Radiation.
on nuclear energy. No, hold on a sec.
Is that Shun?
No, it's not. Wait.
Ian has left me to go investigate music, so I'm going to talk about how much I actually watched the original Godzilla, like the 1951 Godzilla, or 1954. It was pretty weird. I like people in suits, though. Bring them back. Just trash the whole CGI thing, just bring back the people in the suits. Maybe I should, Sean, I don't know. Alright, Ian's dumb, everyone. I want you to comment Ian's dumb in the description, in the comments.
Tim, what kept you busy?
I don't know. I was talking about how much I love the 1954 one, and how much I want them just to trash the whole CGI thing and bring back the suits. Remember the suits that change each movie, though.
Oh, right. Well, I guess. Well, along that line, we could talk about that because the original 1954 Godzilla was this commentary about nuclear power in Hiroshima.
Yeah.
And it was the only Godzilla film that was ever nominated for any awards because of that message that it was trying to represent. This fear of nuclear power. Godzilla represented
the nuclear
that
power.
kind of fear of nuclear energy of what it can do, because it was talking about that. It was talking about this is how we feel about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This is what this film represents.
Yeah.
This uncontrolled use of nuclear power.
Yeah, that was just kind of USA and Russia at the time, making nukes to their heart's content and just.
So and that's another thing because this is one thing that I really want to talk about with the 2014 reboot Godzilla was I very much liked the pacing of it.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people that were very. I shouldn't say a lot, but there was some people that were very unsatisfied with the amount of screen time that Godzilla had.
I liked the fact that we didn't get to see him until the big final battle.
Because that's the thing. Because there was the airport sequence.
Yeah.
Where where your first full frame where the camera pans up and then he does his really cool roar, which we introduced the podcast today's episode with. And then they start fighting, and then it cuts away, right?
And then cuts away. You see them finish on the TV screen.
Yeah, and then you see it on the news, and then there's the second fight in is that starting in San Francisco, right?
Yeah,
it's starting in San Francisco, where and then as soon as they clash, and the doors close, and then you don't see it. It was perfect because if you had shown, because the movie could have easily decided to show you each of those fights.
Yeah.
But then the final fight wouldn't have been as satisfying.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Because we've seen monsters fighting for 2 times now, and this one's supposed to be the final battle, and it is a little bit cooler.
Plus, they made the movie a bit more human when you the doors close,
it that human perspective, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I don't know what else to talk about now.
Well, here's the thing about that, because I had done some reading about this, about Gareth Edwards. Gareth Edwards, who was the director of this 2014 Godzilla. When his vision with this, because obviously he had the original Godzilla in mind, and mind you, in the original Godzilla did not make that much appearances until the end of the film. So, and it was also kind of from that human perspective of looking at this giant creature coming into the world.
An American reporter, didn't it?
Something like that, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Didn't he Godzilla would appear behind a mountain and everyone would freak out and burn all the crops?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah. It was along that same line, so I obviously used that for inspiration.
Yeah.
But I also looked to Steven Spielberg films like Jaws or Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Like in Jaws, the reason Jaws is as tense and as scary as it is because for most of the movie you don't even see the shark.
Yeah.
You don't even see the shark until the very end.
Until you need a bigger boat.
Yeah. Or Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You don't see the aliens for very much.
Oh, no.
But it has that kind of tension because you don't see it. So he was trying to do this,
build the tension.
To build this kind of tension. It's to give you glimpses of the character. So when you finally see it in the full glory, and when you finally see it in the final battle, it really pays off.
Yeah.
You love it. With take the atomic breath, for example. Because we were very happy to get that back. Because when he powers up, because he's been knocked down, right?
Yeah.
And then you see the blue trail lead up from the tail, and then right into the female Muto's face, and then of course the final kill.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That was so great.
Yeah.
Because here's what I thought the first time I had seen it in the theater. I thought he was going to go for the Peter Jackson Kong.
Oh yeah, that's what Trevor said.
When he takes the
T-Rex's head and just.
It's not exactly a T-Rex, but I forget the name.
Yeah.
And then just slaps it. Excuse me, snaps it by the jaw. I thought that's what Godzilla was going to do, and then he just right into the right into the mouth, and the head comes off. That was so great.
He just throws in the water and passes out.
Never forget the tail kill.
Oh yeah.
Which was that's a classic Godzilla move.
Oh yeah.
To use the tail to whack people. And here's another funny thing about that. The first time I saw that in the theater, I missed that.
Really?
Because I had looked away, just when he whacked the flying Muto into the building, I was looking away to first like some dumb comment to my brother about something,
Yeah.
and I looked away. So I was like, "Oh shoot, I missed that!" And then luckily I saw it a second time. And then
Yeah.
of course I still felt very happy. I was like, "Nice!" And I was like, "Good kill," because like it impaled it on the steel
Oh shoot.
of the building.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He waxed.
He just
the,
like whacks him. And he's just like, oh, I'm just impaled, and then the building collapses.
It was perfect, and it got that. What I liked about the imagery in that final San Francisco battle sequence is that it's very dark and you can't see that clearly. You
Yeah.
can see enough to understand what's going on. You know, like who's winning in the fight and da da da.
Yeah.
But it's not the most clear.
Yeah.
The lighting is perfect because it perfectly illustrates that, you know, they're fighting this big city. The power grid's not going to be working all that well.
Oh yeah, no.
And of course, and arguably, maybe the best sequence, but I don't know because there's a lot of really good sequences and set pieces in that film. But arguably, one of the best sequences was that paradrop
Oh yeah.
where they come out of the plane, and it's just this straight up, you know, like 2 to 3 minute sequence of them skydiving into the city with you know the flare trails behind them going through the clouds.
Yeah.
Descending, seeing the monsters fight from like that human perspective,
Oh,
like you
yeah.
know, it's like inside the helmet, like you're going past Godzilla and the Mutos fighting. That was chills, man.
All right.
That was chills.
All right.
Yeah.
So we actually have passed the mark of our longest podcast.
Well done. See, we do it every time.
Oh yeah.
Every time.
All right. So do you want to get into the last little bit?
Welcome to HR.
Welcome to HR department.
No. I have one thing for HR.
I have
I
one
didn't
thing
write
as
it down. Excuse me,
I-
voice crack.
I wrote down.
Yeah.
What is your thing? I just assume you had the same
This is my friend Cameron,
Cameron.
who posted the the link to a YouTube video
thing. To make Ian seem like a fool.
because we had mentioned Pink Darth Vader
Yeah, Pink Darth Vader.
in our
And that video was lovely.
in our last episode. So he posted a video of Darth Vader in love.
Yeah.
I think it was where
It was on Late Night Show, wasn't it?
something like that.
Yeah.
And there was a pink Darth Vader in the video, and yeah, it's like
Yeah.
thank you for that, Cameron. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the Pink Darth Vader, like the mask wasn't like perfect Darth Vader mask, but like this, it like went like so in his way, it looked like a woman's
Yes,
hair.
yes, it did.
It was great.
It was Mm.
And then it's not like Darth someone, it's like Lord Laverian or something. And then
So well, the thing is, because I'd seen it before many years ago, so as soon as I saw it again, it's like, oh, I know what this is.
I know what this is. Yeah. And when I saw the first video, I assumed it was like a commercial where there was a little girl in a pink Darth Vader suit that I think I remember seeing, but I don't remember. That probably doesn't exist. I'm probably thinking of the car commercial where the kid is dressed up like Darth Vader and he's trying to force things and it doesn't work. Then he goes up to the car and then the dad makes it like beep from the inside of the house.
It's probably a Subaru commercial.
That is a pretty old commercial.
Maybe it was a Nissan. I don't know.
How about that new Darth Vader vacuum robot though?
I didn't see that.
It's Samsung. You can look it up right now as I give our email.
Little
Like Samsung robot Darth Vader vacuum. All right, so I'm gonna give our email. So if you want to tell us something or make Ian or me seem like a fool, yeah, there it is.
Oh my! Oh dear, it's got
Do you
like a
want
first order one too.
Yeah, if you want to make me or Ian seem like a fool, contact us at the capital IT department pod at gmail.com or comment in the video. I told you guys to comment something on the videos while Ian was gone. I won't tell him because,
How dare? Yeah, I'll just that's something surprising for me that I'll have.
Yeah, it was while you were gone to go do it, turn off the music or whatever.
Yeah,
and I was
playing in the background.
I got up here and was like
doing secret things.
Yeah, I was doing secret things.
Don't worry, it's very easy to make us look like fools. So go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Send a picture of me when I was young or something. I don't know.
Oh no! Oh dear. Yeah, there you go.
Comment what I told you to comment at like the 40-minute mark. And so we'll get out of here. Do we want to play music or we just want to say goodbye?
Well, I suppose to close it out, we could start this how it began, because that's,
Finish the roar off.
Yeah, we'll just go for the full roar, you know.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.